What's up, y'all? It's WrestleQuest back in this thing and just sharing you guys this post I come across. This is actual factual, the best there was, the best there is, the best there ever will be. None other than Bret Hart celebrating his 68th birthday with his beautiful wife. I was like, damn, Bret Hart's wife is fine, right? Stephanie, I believe her name is. Beautiful woman. Now check it out. A while back, some fans got pissed at me once on our pro wrestling blog page. I mean, I'd say now looking at Brett, 68, he's pushing 70. He looks good for his age, right? But there was a point in time where just when Brett disappeared from the pro wrestling world, we didn't, obviously we don't see him like we used to. When I was like, man, Brett aged rough, but it looks like now, he's back to looking good for his age again, I guess, man. But fans were going off on me, tripping when I said that, like I was trying to shit on Bret Hart and his legacy, and I was just a bit surprised. But I think what happened, this is just my theory at that time, it's common knowledge, right? Bret Hart had a stroke, and I have a family member, a close family member, or used to be close, we ain't so close no more. I don't know, that had a stroke, and it takes a lot out of you mentally as well. I mean, it can have varying degrees or whatever. The person close to me recovered pretty well, and I believe Bret Hart did as well as far as like lasting effects. But I think that that's what going on at that time. It had still really taken its toll on Bret, and just looking at him now, I think maybe he's back to programming it and staying in shape. I don't know. Share your thoughts. You know what I mean? 68 years old. It's a blessing to live that long. Everyone got to be conscious of your life decisions and all that. But let's see what some of the people are saying. And yo, just curious, how much, like, what do you think the age difference is between him and his wife? And when I say that, I'm not shitting on their relationship or nothing. I'm just curious. What the fuck? I don't even know. There's some big head ass motherfucker down there. There ain't really no responses to this. I thought typically there's comments. Well, peep it. Bret Hart has been married 3 times, right? Julie Hart from 82 to '02, a 20-year marriage. You guys remember too when Shawn Michaels hit him with the sunny days comment, saying that Bret was cheating on his wife with Sonny, and a real deal scrap happened behind the scenes. I think that that was true, right? Comment if you believe that that was true, or it is true and everyone knows that, and I'm just tripping or whatever. Then Cynthia Rhoda, '04 to '07. And then now Stephanie Washington, married in 2010. So they've been married for like 15 years now, as you see, Brett and his first wife, Julie. So, but peep this. Listen to the way that they met. Quick facts about Stephanie, married in 2010 in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Notable moments. This comes from her biography. Stephanie Washington Hart is the third wife of of famous pro wrestler Bret Hart. She is African American and part Asian. I'm sorry. She met Bret Hart in '08 at a mutual friend's party and instantly bonded, and both developed feelings for each other. And I gotta say, man, maybe that's part of Bret uh, looking so much healthier and happier. I don't know. Obviously, we see the man's been married 3 times. Anyone who's been through relationships, breakups and shit are tough, man. I mean, seriously, some people like, and subscribe to the channel, everyone. We talk pro wrestling and a bit of, like in this, where we're getting into a relationship and aging discussion. You know what I mean? There's nothing we can do to get away from it. We all age, right? But for real, seriously, relationships can knock you down, can be traumatic. I mean, crazy shit can happen in relationships, like people really mistreating each other, and PTSD that way. But straight up, you can have PTSD just from like breakups and things that happen in relationships and marriages. That's a fact. Comment anyone out there, if you feel that way, or you care to elaborate, or if that's too personal, you don't want to talk about it or whatever, you know what I mean? But for real, a relationship can kick your ass. I mean, we see people decide to straight up hang it up over a failed relationship. We see people just lose their shit and never recover. And you know what I mean? So I don't know, maybe part of Bret Hart looking so happy and healthy at 68, he's got a great thing going with Stephanie here. Again, you know, like you see what she's talking about. They met, hit it off at a party, and it was sounds like love at first sight, and there's been no looking back. Like, good for Bret Hart. Let's read a little more here. They tied the knot in 2010, though they did face some backlash as Bret was 53 and Stephanie was 27. So what would that make him? 16 years her senior, if my math's off. Or no, what am I talking about? 26-year age difference. Sorry, y'all. Sometimes I'm not dyslexic, but it's weird. It's like I'm good and bad at math at the same time. But I mean, that is a hell of a age difference, 26 years. But it's not like she was like 18 and he was 40, right? I mean, she was a grown woman. But what do you guys think about it? They faced backlash over that, but it seems it didn't stop them. They persevered and continued on to have a great life and marriage and relationship, making it a 26-year age difference. They have seemed to move past the backlash as they are still happily married to this day. So good for them, man. But Bret Hart, 68, living life, loving life, happy as ever. Again, I wonder if he's a Raiders fan too, or he's just rocking that, you know. What do you think? But yeah, let's talk about it. Relationships, marriage, the Hitman. Like I was talking about, if there was a point in time where when you seen, like I said, now 68, Bret's looking good, but there was a point in time, and I'm telling you, the fans, it was an Instagram page. Listen, you would have thought that I like disrespected Bret's mom, Stu, in the dungeon and said some like off the wall ish. I was just like at the time saying, man, like Bret aged rough, you know what I mean? But I don't know, you know what I mean? That's it is what it is. Here's Bret, happy, healthy, in a great marriage. Let's talk about it. Subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.